Today, today you must decide whether or not any clients are guilty of the murder of Mr. B.B. Wolf. Firstly, let me ask you one question. What would be the last straw for you? Firstly, my clients had successful jobs and they are all eco-friendly and they would never hurt a fly. Astonishingly, some don't know that my clients volunteered, ran a soup kitchen twice a week and made clothes for the army. Finally, and most importantly, the wolves drove them to it, and it all started when the wolf tried to buy their house and stalked them for days, and he wanted to get them because they was on his ancestors' land. Also, the wolf had blown down 2 houses, and the wolf kept harassing them for them, and the pigs were more depressed than a depressed person, and the wolf tried to frame previous
previous convictions.
previous convictions. The pigs. In conclusion, I urge you to find my clients not guilty on jaw or unsought mind as a result of the months of mental
Torture.
They were suspected to by the wolf.
Thank
You
you.
must decide whether or not my clients are guilty of the murder of B.B. Wolf. Firstly, let me ask you one question. Do you really think that these heartwarming pigs committed such a crime? First, let me talk about my clients being very anxious because the wolf wanted their house. The house didn't want to be sold by my clients, so the wicked wolf starts lurking and spying on these anxious pigs. Astonishingly, some people don't know that the big bad wolf has financial difficulties. As a result, he tries to blame these heartwarming lovely pigs to get insurance for his family. Finally, and most importantly, he wanted to frame the pigs. So he sees the boiling water in the pot and decides to jump in it, but he couldn't get back out. I hope after reading this defense case, you would understand my clients are innocent.
Thank you.
My client, Mr. Robin Lee, was trying to feed his family at the time that crime was committed. My client was a wife and has a wife and 3 children. He has to feed and take care of. My client, Mr. Robin Wolf, and his family have not eaten for 4 months, and they also have lost their home. Mr. Wolf lost his job because he became so ill due COVID-19. My client is in what's this? Innocent. He did nothing but trying to feed his family. He did not need to cause damage to the 2 pigs' houses, but he felt there was no other way to get food for his family. No pigs were physically hurt by my client in this incident, or my Mr. Wolf was trying to do his be a good father and provide for his family.
Today you must decide whether or not my clients are guilty of the murder of Mr. B.B. Wolf. But first, let me ask you a question. How would you react to constant harassment? Firstly, these innocent, harmless, hardworking pigs were living in constant harassment days after days, fearing that something bad will happen, and knew they had to defend their house. The wolf blew down the other houses that the hard-working pigs made. Astonishingly, some don't know that the wolf to protect their house. Therefore, Mr. B.B. Wolf framed the harmless and hard-working pigs. Many people say that the wolf got what he needed, which is to be boiled alive. We know that the whole wolf framed the pigs because the pigs were loved by the eco community and could not pass by a homely person without a donation. Finally, and most importantly, evidence has shown the wolf has previously
Convictions.
has been suspiciously spying on the pigs days after days. In the night, he broke into the house, climbing through the chimney where the pot was and tripped inside. After all the reporting, I hope you finally know what actually happened.
Now you must decide whether or not my clients are guilty of the murder of Mr. B.B. Wolf. Firstly, let me ask you one question. Do you think that these soft, harmless pigs would commit such a cruel crime? First, let's talk about these innocent pigs, living in constant harassment by the big bad wolf. My clients had not acted in the death of Mr. Wolf. Mr. Wolf, who had destroyed 2 of their eco-friendly homes, which has ended up in the pigs, which had not acted in the first 2 houses were destroyed. There is no doubt that these blameless pigs knew that the community knows them as good people, so they would never commit such a crime. Another important point worth considering that these 3 normal pigs had successful jobs. So why did the wolf want it to ruin my client's successful jobs? In conclusion, after what I have said, do you think my clients are still guilty after the death of Mr. B.B. Wolf?